So if there was a severe thunderstorm warning for you in your house, would you know about it? Hi, I'm Woody Huffines. I own the Nerds to Go in McKinney and Frisco, Texas, and this is Tech for the Untechnical. As we look at technical solutions to solve our problems or the issues that we have, sometimes we overlook the information that we need because we have a lot of information, and a lot of information may be the wrong information for us to make a decision. We tend to look at the measurements that we have as reality. In terms of severe thunderstorms or severe weather period, I thought I had a pretty good handle on it. I don't know if you've seen that Progressive commercial where the dads are being weather nerds. Yeah, that one kind of hurt because I'm kind of a weather nerd. So I thought, hey man, I'm in great shape. If it's raining or there's some lightning going on, I can look at my phone and I'll check out the radar, and I've got NextRad and NextGen and 3 different kinds of radars, and I'm pretty knowledgeable about weather, and I can just suss this out and mow Ricky Tick and figure out whether I've got a problem or not. Yeah, that's really not the reality on the ground. When you start getting smarter about how weather radar works, you find out that reality, in quotes, reality, that you're looking at on your phone and that weather app, and the reality of what's really on the ground may be different, because the sources of those weather apps on your phone are generically the National Weather Service radar sites. The National Weather Service radar sites, because of their geographic spread, may not be able to see what's going on the ground at your home because of the curvature of the earth. Another thing that I didn't understand about those weather radars is that they would scan at 3,000 feet, 6,000 feet, 9,000 feet, 12,000 feet. They would take slices of the clouds and the precipitation and then do pixel averaging and do a bunch of mumbo jumbo work to come up with the reality that they want to present on the screen. And it's an accurate reality in the big picture, but it may not be the accurate reality if it's severe weather and you're in danger. Those images that you get on the phone app may be 6, 8, 10, 12 minutes different than what reality is. So even if they're projecting an accurate picture of what's going on at your location, that was 10 or 15 minutes ago, or 10 minutes ago, or 7 minutes ago. In the case of a severe thunderstorm, or especially if you got a tornado on the ground that's running 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, 10 minutes is a big dang deal. So how do you get notified that you need to start paying attention to the weather? When I was a kid growing up in Oklahoma City, we had 3 television stations, ABC, NBC, and CBS, 4, 5, and 9. That was it. If you wanted to know what was going on about the weather, they would certainly break in and notify you. But now, increasingly, people are watching Netflix, or they're watching Amazon, or they're watching something else, some cable television thing or Dish Network, and they're not looking at the normal local weather guy. That weather guy, if you got a problem, is not going to pop up in the middle of your Netflix show to tell you your house is about to get blown away. Now, let's say even if you're watching something that is a locally generated television show. Remember, and I'll have to drop the date in here below, 4 or 5 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, time flies when you're having fun, there was a Dallas Cowboys game on, and right through the middle of Dallas, a tornado ripped up a whole bunch of homes. And the problem was, if you were watching the Dallas Cowboy game, that television station, because it was a Dallas Cowboy game, did not break in as early or as aggressively as other television stations. So you got 2 network stations that are talking about a tornado on the ground with film going on, and a bunch of people sitting in their homes watching the Dallas Cowboys. They don't know they've got a problem until the roof lifts off their house. So how do you solve this problem? How do you solve the weather app problem that gives you information that may not be accurate? And how do you solve you may not be getting a way to get those notifications that you need? And what you need is a notification application and not a weather application. And here's what I found. There's a weather app. It's called Weather Call. And if you sign up for Weather Call, and there's a cost, and it's nominal. I mean, it's $12, $15 a year. It's less than $20 a year. It has your GPS location stored so that when the National Weather Service issues a warning, that warning comes out with a GPS-driven footprint. And if you are in that footprint for the warning, your phone rings, you get a text message, and you get an email. So you have the ability, if you're watching a Dallas Cowboy game, for your phone to let you know that you are now in a warning area. Now, why is that a big deal? Certainly, you would be in a warning area. Like if you hear the sirens go off, you know there's a problem. In my case, if you draw a 400, 500 yard radius around my house. You can be in Collin County, Texas, Dallas County, Texas, or Denton County, Texas. You could be in the city of Dallas, the city of Addison, or the city of Carrollton, because where I am is in an intersection where all these things come together. And Carrollton has ground in 3 counties, and Dallas has ground in 2 counties, and the political entities in those areas may have different rules about when they sound those sirens off. So the sirens may be going off and I go outside and it's not even raining. Or sometimes I'll go outside and it looks like the world is falling apart and the sirens aren't going off. How do I know whether I've got a problem or not? And the Weather Call app answers that. Let me give you a couple examples that I found instructive. Some of these areas of warning, like the severe thunderstorm warning that the National Weather Service puts out, are huge because they don't want people to say, hey, I got a severe thunderstorm, blew my house away, and you didn't warn me. So they make the warning areas probably larger than they need to be to make sure that everybody that has any possibility at all of getting a tornado or a severe thunderstorm will get notified, even though a lot of those people aren't going to be affected by them. Let's take an example about this first one. Look at the footprint of the warning area. Now you can see where the drop pin is, that my house is not in that warning area, but that warning area goes from way down south of Dallas all the way out east, north, a little bit further north of my house in one little point, but see, my house is not in that, but Carrollton is, Addison is, and the city of Dallas is. So if I don't get that warning, then I'm not worried about going and looking at it. Look at the second warning. The second warning here is effectively the north half of Dallas County. If you go read the text of this warning, if I had read the text of this warning, I would know that it probably had very, very little, small chance of affecting me because A, I'm outside of the warning area, and B, the warning area was driven by their caution about making sure that nobody would not get a warning that needed a warning. Now let's take, so these first 2 examples that I've shown you, my phone would not have rung, my text message would not have notified me, and I would not have had an email because I wasn't in the warning area. And I would have been happy not to have gotten those texts and been disturbed and thinking that I need to duck and cover or stop, drop, and roll, or yank the mattress off the bed and get in the bathtub with the dogs because I wasn't in the warning area. But the warning areas that the television tells you about are like North Dallas, and I'm in North Dallas, but that doesn't mean anything because I'm not in the warning area. Now, here's another example of a large warning area. It covers part of Denton County and a good bit of Collin County. And my house is inside the geographical boundaries of that severe storm warning. I would have gotten a text, I would have gotten an email, and I would have gotten a phone call to let me know that I was inside the warning area for a severe thunderstorm warning. And with those notifications, I get the text of the message itself. And if you read through the text of the message and I find out that the storm that they're worried about was in Little Elm, and Little Elm 7, 8, 9, 10 miles north of me, and one in Anna, which is 35 miles up northeast, neither of these storms are a problem for me. I would have gotten the information, I would have gotten the notification, I would have been able to tell that I didn't need to worry about it, and I go about my business. So let's talk about a recap. The bottom line is, anything that is a problem that you can solve with technology, I'm a fan of using technology to solve it. But you have to use the right technology to get you the right information so that you can make the right decision. I think Weather Call is a really great way for you to get the right warnings that you need with the information you need to determine what you need to do by getting a text message, an email, and a phone call if you're in the area. I'm Woody Huff. I'm on the Urge to Go in McKinney and Frisco, Texas. This is Tech for the Untechnical. If you found this information helpful and informative, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share it with your friends, and drop a comment in the notes below. What do you use to make sure that you don't get blown away by a tornado if you live in an area where that might happen? We'll talk again soon.